For the defendant, Paul Bellar, on the count 1 of gang membership felonies, we find the defendant guilty. Count 2, providing material support for an act of terrorism, we find the defendant guilty. Count 3, weapons, felony firearm, we find the defendant guilty.
December 16th at 9 o'clock.
Morning, Your Honor. I would first like to start off apologizing for the highly inappropriate comments that I made in the past. Did not represent the man that I am today. I have a lot of regret, but as I said more earlier, you always have 2020 vision from the future. There's no past. But I know I can't do much to change that. I was caught up highly in the moment. I felt I lost a lot of camaraderie after being the Sharks in the Army. That was the reason I joined the Wolverine Watchmen in the first place. After seeing the direction it was heading at when I hightailed south and I used a girl as an excuse in order to get out of there. I was, to be frank, scared of those guys down there. I would like to first off, I would like to apologize to the governor. Again, the very stupid comments I made. I in no way meant for any harm. And if I had known about the plot actually being a serious thing, I wouldn't have been where I was. That's fine. I'm not a good public speaker. I would like to thank my friends and family for being here to support me. And I would also like to make a formal apology to them as well. Is it okay if I turn around here and apologize a little bit? All of these uncultured things. Or should we run up faster? So you have these little following it. I'd always welcome home. Asking sentence on you and individualizing your sentence, I'm taking into account a number of factors and considering punishment, rehabilitation, prospects, deterrence, protection of society. Count 1, 5 to 20 years, 0 days credit. Count 2, 4 to 20 years, 0 days credit. Those two sentences will run concurrently. And then you got 2 years with 88 days credit, which will run consecutively to the first two. Thank you, Ron. Thank you very much. My obligation to advise you, your test, so your conviction, the sentence. On issue, you'll be able to retain your attorneys that represent you. The court system will appoint on forward on appeal. Request report appointing training must be noting or to witness the effect.
What you just watched is a grave miscarriage of justice. An innocent man, Paul Bellar, framed and entrapped in the FBI's Governor Whitmer kidnapping plot hoax, convicted and sentenced, looking at potentially 45 years in prison. Anyways, I hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Christina. I'm an independent journalist, and I'm currently directing and producing a documentary on this case, the FBI's Whitmer kidnapping case. We cover stories on this channel. We do deep dives. We cover underreported stories or stories that we believe the mainstream media has gotten wrong. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to talk about Mr. Bellar because it looks like they're currently attempting to derail his appeal. Before we talk about his appeal, I want to bring up real quick his mailing address. If you want to send him mail, just let him know that he's not alone, that there are people who know what happened in this case, know how the FBI framed and entrapped these men, and are praying for them. You can pause the video here. You can do a screenshot. That's the mailing address. Now, right now, the Bureau of Prisons is currently tampering with the mail of all 5 of these guys. It's very concerning, including their legal mail. Now, I just want to caution you guys, if you're going to write, you can do so anonymously. Understand that all mail that goes into the facility is screened by the government and read. So if you want to not include your name, you can send a letter anonymously. You can just not include a return address, and you don't have to sign your name to it. And when you write to him, make sure that you write on a white paper with blue or black ink on a white envelope. Otherwise, the letter will not go through. And what I'm hoping is if enough of us send letters at the same time, it's more likely that maybe at least one letter will make its way through to him. There's a hearing coming up the end of this month. I'll be covering this, of course, October 27th at 9 a.m. They're going to be holding a hearing on a motion that was filed by Mr. Bellar's lawyers regarding a motion to hold a hearing on his placement in federal prison. Now, I want to bring up the notice of hearing here. This is the notice that's going to be held on the motion his lawyers have filed. Of course, I will keep everybody posted on that as that happens. Now, I want to let everybody know Paul needs our help right now. It looks like they're trying to sabotage not just Paul's appeal, but all of these guys, the last 5 guys that are still in prison. They're trying to sabotage their appeals. And I believe the reason for that is because we just had a victory in their third and final trial. In this case, we had men acquitted. So Paul needs our help. His lawyers have been unable to contact him. They filed a motion to hold his appeal in abeyance. They were able to speak with Paul while he was still in the Michigan Department of Corrections prior to him being transferred to federal prison in Pennsylvania. They are saying that the federal prison will not facilitate communication with Mr. Bellar in violation of his rights. They've been unable to contact him via video conference, phone calls, or even letters in the mail. They tried to send him transcripts that he needs to review in preparation for his appeal, and those priority mail transcripts were returned. They were sent back, returned to sender, and they included exhibits in their motion that show that to be the case. So they have filed that motion to hold the appeal in abeyance while they wait for this hearing coming up to discuss in his transfer and placement in federal prison and why they've been unable to contact him. So I would just, I'm encouraging everybody, please, to pray for Paul, not just Paul, but the other guys as well that are still in prison: Joe Morrison, Pete Musico, Adam Fox, and Barry Croft. I do have some more news about Barry. I will just say, so right now, we just had that third and final trial, as I discussed, with the last 3 defendants in this case acquitted. That is now 5 total acquittals by 2 different juries. So the first 2 guys that were acquitted, they were trying to say maybe that was a fluke, right? Well, that they can't say that now that 3 more guys have been acquitted. And so that should add weight to the appeals of the last 5 guys. And I think that what their government is trying to avoid is another hearing, right, where they get embarrassed again. And I think they know what's going to happen is that once this stuff goes on appeal, they're going to lose. They will lose these appeals. The government will lose, and they know it. So what they're trying to do, I believe, is sabotage the appeals. And they're hoping that people aren't going to be paying attention. That's what I believe. So my last final news is that right now, Adam Fox was at Florence Supermax. He was in the SHU. He has been moved to AdMax. Barry Croft was in Terre Haute in Indiana at that Supermax facility. Now, the Bureau of Prisons said he was going to be going into the Communications Management Unit. That turned out to not be true. Like, the prison guards were telling him that, or the prison officials were telling Barry that, so they were giving him disinformation for whatever reason. I don't know why. Then they said he was going to be going to Gen Pop. And the most recent thing, what I just learned, is that Barry has been moved to Florence Supermax, where Adam Fox is. He is currently in the SHU at Florence Supermax. And so this is something also, it recalls Jesse Trentadue talking about diesel therapy, how they keep these prisoners moving, knowing they only get one phone call per month. And Barry, for example, the Bureau of Prisons has drained his commissary completely, so he's unable to purchase stamps to respond to letters he's getting. And most of his mail is not going through. They're not getting his letters through. But they're letting the mail of 2 people go through, and he's allowed to be in constant communication with these 2 crazy people, but his own lawyers and family can't get a hold of him. That it's not right. So something weird is definitely going on with this, and I think that what they're trying to do is just sabotage the appeal. So I'm going to continue to keep everybody posted. That's it for now. If you found the video informative, please like the video. You know, it doesn't hurt. It's really easy to do. All right, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and please share the video, and if you don't mind, please write to Paul and keep him in your prayers. Thank you.